Welcome to the Mana Insect Course module to exploring different options for scaling production. In this last module, we will discuss on how to scale beyond your initial pilot or proof of concept farm. Should you continue scaling in a modular module or jump to building a large-scale facility with one space? How should you consider selecting proper pre- and post-processing equipment when scaling? And very importantly, how do you keep up breeding, or more concretely, BSF5 dull quantity, while scaling the rearing? The modular approach minimizes the need to do large one-time commitments, but there are sometimes a justification for them. If you are confident on the large amount of secured substrate and a customer base, then there can be a reason to build directly the large-scale facility. But make sure you understand how to scale each process phase. Also, be sure that you understand the pros and cons of the modular approach. The pros being scaling production in smaller steps and risks, de-risking production in the case of malfunction, optimizing climate conditions for each batch, and more efficient use of the space. However, there are cons also in the modular approach. It is hard to fully automate the production setup as modules need to be loaded and unloaded separately. Also, it might be harder to utilize space vertically as efficiently. When selecting pre- and post-processing equipment, it is good to evaluate if 5 smaller equipment is better than one large, regardless if the production spaces are modular or not. We recommend seeking advice and quotations from consultants that have experience building large-scale facilities, especially related to post-processing equipment, which are typically more complex and expensive. The one major factor that has delayed scaling of BSF production companies has been the breeding. It is extremely difficult to get flies to mate and lay eggs systematically at the same rate. Then it is mainly about creating as many independent breeding modules as possible to even out daily and weekly differences, and accepting some overcapacity. We recommend to always run some level of internal breeding if your operation is bigger than 2 tons per day. You can rely on external BSF eggs, but you should always have some level of internal backup that you can ramp up when needed. Make sure you have good breeding statistics that you can rely for internal production capacity and be on the safe side always. This is the end of the course. I hope you got a good base understanding on what it takes to build and run a professional pilot level farm and how to source and assemble climatized modules cost efficiently. Mana provides more comprehensive and detailed courses, materials, and expert mentoring for all Mind and Pro members to help to set up their first modules and farm operations. Please contact us for more information or get the Pro membership to start learning in more detail.